radio, newspaper, online news portal, and mobile app.
Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian Pulse.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का नंबर 1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9
All English 24/7 television network and Y Media Plus.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com, the biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Hello everyone, my name is Yudhit Jaswal. I'm the group editor at Y Media. As we're all very well aware, we are going to have elections in Ontario on 24th October. And for vibrant democracy, we all need views to be exchanged on a very frequent basis. And here we are from Y Media. We're going to organize these debates where we have all the candidates here. We are going to listen to their views. First of all, I'd like to welcome Mr. Azhar Hussain. A very warm welcome, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
Very welcome. Mr. Amir Saab, a very warm welcome, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, you are very welcome. And we have Carla Green. Carla, a very warm welcome.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. On behalf of Y Media, Tejeshwar, a very warm welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Tejeshwar. And we also have John Sanderson. John, a very warm welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having us.
Thank you, John. And Cleopatra, a very warm welcome on Y Media. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having us here today.
You are very welcome. And just for viewers' benefit and also for the candidates, I'd like to explain the format. The format will be that, yes, we'll give 2 minutes to all the candidates in which they will be giving their introduction. They can tell about their education qualification, what they're doing, why did they plan to run as a councillor or a regional councillor or mayor in certain cases. Today they are running for councillors or regional councillors. And after that, there'll be a Q&A section. I will throw in a question and I'll give you 2 minutes to respond. I'll ask your name and you will be getting 2 minutes to respond to that particular question. There'll be two parts to this one. Then we'll have an open discussion. Open discussion, I'll throw in a question, I'll throw in a topic, and we'll have 4 to 5 minutes, and anybody can jump in anytime during those 4 to 5 minutes. And after that, there'll be closing remarks of 1 minute each. Any questions, please feel free to ask, or I think we should proceed. All good? Thank you. Thank you so much. And at this point, I'll start from Cleopatra, and you got 2 minutes to give your introduction.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Cleopatra Gooden-Sims, and I'm running as a Brampton City Councillor for Wards 3 and 4. In terms of my educational background, I hold 2 master's degrees. One is in public administration, the other one is in law. I have 2 bachelor's degrees, international relations, political science and management, and I have also another law degree, that's a bachelor's. I'm a trained teacher, and I'm also an Ontario certified teacher, certified human resources leader, and I'm actually at this point a PhD candidate. So in terms of the education, I do have the education that's needed for the role. My reason for running was simply that I saw what was going on in City Hall, and I saw the problems that were there, and I wanted to be a part of the solution. I noticed that people were not going to meetings, they were not doing the work that the people elected them to do, and I saw that and I said, no, I can do better, and that's why I decided to run.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. And next we have John Sanderson. John?
Thank you very much, and thank you, Y Media, for putting on this platform today. For us, I am running for City Councillor for Wards 3 and 4. I was the regional councillor for 2 terms before. I stepped out of that role to run for mayor back in 2014. I was unsuccessful there, but I just sat back for the last 8 years and watched what's going on. And for one term, it was nothing was done. And now this term, there's all kinds of stuff, but it's not city building. It's not what I expected to our councillors to do. So I finally made up my mind, and after a long discussion with my family, I decided that I was going to run again. And so I put my name in. Councillor Jeff Bowman is not running again, so I decided to run in his spot and back in wards 3 and 4, where I was before, and I'm looking forward to running and trying to bring some stability back to the council table. I do have experience, I do have a proven track record as a councillor, as a regional councillor and a city councillor. I'm ready to step up to the job.
All right, Tejeshwar.
My name is Tejeshwar Soin. I'm running for City Councillor, Wards 3 and 4 in Brampton. I immigrated to Canada when I was 6 years old from Chandigarh, India. And at this point I'm realizing that there is something I can contribute, so I figured why not step up and do my best for the city. And for me it's not about what we see today, but it's about providing the right foundation for the youths of tomorrow and really guiding our city in a more productive direction.
Thank you, Tejeshwar. Yes.
Hi, my name is Carla Green, and my educational background is I am a trained social worker. I worked for the region of Peel. I was also a military reserve officer with the 34 BNS in Montreal. My only experience in social work is working with the government of the region of Peel. What I want to bring to the table is change, especially in wards 3 and 4, where we've seen so much homelessness and, just the crime happening. We want our children, our youths to grow up feeling safe. I don't want to leave Brampton because it's getting so expensive and the crime is getting out of hand. So I decided I'm going to put my foot in the race. I'm not a politician. I'm a social worker. Social workers fix social problems, and we ask question why. So that's my reason for being here today.
All right, thank you, Carla. And Mansoor.
My name is Mansoor Amir Sultan. I immigrated to Canada 2003, and 2007 onwards I am living in Brampton. My background is fire and safety services in back home. After come here, there are some reasons I could not able to continue. Then I go with the industries and business. And once upon I took the charges from United Steelworkers Union as the workers representative and the level of negotiation committee. I ran for the mayor for 2018. Now I am decided to run for regional councillor, ward number 216. Because we need many things for the Brampton. Ward number 2 is need for many things to be renovated. At ward number 6, we need to get in all the facilities because it is most of new development area. And also there is a safety and security. It is not in well in our city, and also healthcare system is very poor in Brampton. We are behind of 20 years. So we needed to bring something better for our people. The reason I am standing again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mansoor. Azhar.
Hi, my name is Azhar Hussain. I'm running for regional councillor in wards 2 and 6. I was born right here in Brampton, and I still live here, and currently I'm raising my family here. There's a big social stigma that's attached to Brampton that I'm hoping to change. I know a lot of people personally who are ashamed to tell people they live in Brampton. And there's no need to be ashamed because we've all seen the house prices here. Over $1 million is the average, and it's a shame that we're described as a ghetto with $1 million homes. So I'm running for Brampton Regional Councillor, and hopefully we can change that stigma.
Thank you so much. So now we move to the Q&A rounds. Our first question would be, I want to listen each one of you, your views about your vision for Brampton. Where do you want to take Brampton if you get elected as a councillor or regional councillor? John, why don't we start with you? What is your vision for the city of Brampton?
Well, thank you very much for the question, and I would like to see Brampton get back on the right track. It's right off the rails right now. We need to get it back on the right track. We need to have a council that works together. We need to have a council that comes to meetings every day, and we need to get them working, earning their keep. And I would like to see Brampton get cleaned up We have a terrible, terrible mess around Brampton. We need to clean up a bunch of the litter and etc. A big item that I run into every day at the doors is the rooming houses, the secondary suites and etc. I'm not against all of those things, but I am against them if they're not legal, they're not safe, and they're not registered. They need to be registered in order for people to know who's living in those particular houses. And we need to know we need to know if there's insurance on all these people that are living in these houses. So I'd like to, my main thing is to try to get Brampton back on the right track and get it cleaned up best we can and get some of these housing issues sorted out.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Yes, Tejeshwar.
It's great you asked that question because we have to know where we're going to ever get there. My vision for Brampton, I mean, currently I think we're doing ourselves a disservice to not provide the right foundation for the youth. After all 12 plus years of education, we have to wonder why many youths are unable to find meaningful employment in the city, and then they're told that they can't afford a house in the city. And more than anything, I think this leaves us vulnerable to foreign interests. And the business and industry is so global these days that we really have to work on strengthening our city in order to protect our interests. And so my vision is just making the city more efficient and more consumer friendly, more business friendly, inviting the best of the talent in the world, and being tech forward and being efficient and productive.
All right. Thank you very much, Tejeshwar. Carla.
Hi, so my vision for Brampton, and as I said in the earlier debate that we did this morning, that I want to clean up the area of downtown. We have to, let's just give you an example just to start out. If you have two credit cards and one has a higher interest rate and one has a lower interest rate and one has less money, you pay off the one that has less money first. We have to deal with the problems that are happening right in our backyard. And it's happening downtown Brampton. We have to clean up that first because there's a lot of violence happening. So I want to clean up the violence. I want to see how we can get the property tax in order, because right now we have seniors buy their homes at a later age and they're paying mortgages and they can't afford to put extra from their pension into a mortgage. So we have to look at how we're going to freeze that and how we will be helping them. We also we have to look at programs, how we can integrate youths, like create programs, and that we have to have the city set up some grants for nonprofit organization where we have youths who can play basketball, play hockey, and do all these activities because it's very expensive. So first we have to invest in our youths also because they are the future. How do we do that? Is making sure that they're kept busy in sports, in activities, in arts. And we, as city councillors, need to put them first and then put all the others after.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Carla. Yeah, Mansoor.
Yeah, my first priority for the safety. Because last 30 days there are 60 break-ins and 30 days 400 stolen cars. And 911 service is in now holding sometime. I receive a complaint from the residents a lot about this. So I wanted to be changed to this situation will be changed. That's why I introduced in 2021 in a Canada Day in front of Mr. Patrick Brown, the mayor of Brampton, get to know your neighbor programs. That means in my street and my family and my area, we did that successfully. Now we know each other well. So we concern anything. So if somebody is the third person, when this is parking their car, we know that already. Who is there and who is the visitor. This awareness I wanted to bring entire Brampton for the safety reason. If I am talking about it is for the gun and violence, it is not the responsibility of regional councillor. Regional councillor and mayor can make some advocate with the federal and provincial. But in the small things for the safety, we can initiate it and we can bring it. The other thing is a very major thing is the healthcare. The healthcare 2007, Brampton got our second hospital, William Osler. That movement, the politicians from city and provincial, they told us it's going to be, Peel Memorial will be renovated soon and it is coming used for the people. Now it is 15 years. In this 15 years, I saw there are many things. They are closing, opening, temporary, permanent, and sometimes it is the old age people and like that.
Yeah, wish we had more time, but thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yes,
I wanted to.
We'll come back to you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, Azhar.
Thank you.
Yeah, so my goal is pretty much the same as everybody. Everybody wants another hospital, another university. They want to feel safe, and none of those things are happening right now. But mainly, I want to remove that stigma. I want people to be proud of telling people that they live in Brampton. And the way it's being run right now, they don't have Brampton's best interests at heart, and nobody's proud of that. So that's my hope, that people can be proud of saying that they're from Brampton.
All right, Azhar, thank you. Cleopatra.
Thank you for the question, and I concur with my counterparts here who are running that there are some things that need to be done in Brampton to improve Brampton's visibility and focus. And for instance, the crime reduction issue definitely would be one of my top things that I would be addressing, just because you know, it keeps coming up. It's a very pervasive problem, and one of the things that can lead to that is the whole issue of poverty reduction, and reducing poverty will in some ways help crime, in the sense that you know, where sometimes some of the people who are, you know, engaging in crime, it may be because of certain needs, and I want to be able to address those needs through, you know, income supplements and other types of supplements, training supplements, and so on. And in terms of addressing crime, I want people to feel more comfortable with interacting with the police. So for instance, you know, if somebody is a witness to crimes, they will feel comfortable to approach them because they have built that rapport with them. I'm also concerned about things like transportation. The secondary apartments, once they're legal, you know, would be fine, but the important thing is that they need to be legal. The new hospital and the new university are things that I'm interested in incorporating as well. And then we also, one of my counterparts also mentioned this whole thing of removing the stigma from Brampton, because Brampton is a wonderful place. I mean, you know, I've lived here with my family for many years, and you know, it's wonderful, but somehow there is a stigma attached to it, which we need to have removed from Brampton. And I have the experience to get that done. I've been working with the provincial government now for over 12 years, and in addition to that, I run a small business. Another thing that we need to look into is the whole issue of fiscal responsibility and making sure that the money that is there for Brampton is being spent properly.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to hear from all the candidates, but we have to stick to the time limit. Thank you so much. Thank you. And now it's the open discussion now. I'll throw in a topic, and then anyone can jump in and start sharing your viewpoints. So we're going to talk about crime. Crime, that's the topic now. And let's not waste our viewers' time about talking about the obvious, because I think we all know crime is a major issue. We keep discussing this, that yes, these many cars were stolen, these are the issues, break-in. Yes, we all know that. But I want to hear the solutions now. What is the solution? If you become a councillor or a regional councillor, what do you propose to do? That these are the solutions to tackle the crime. So we have approximately 4 minutes. Anybody can jump in at any time. Yeah, who wants to go first? Yeah, you want to go first? Yeah, go ahead.
So I know the easy solution is another police station, more police officers on the road, but I don't think that's going to solve the problem. That's just going to exaggerate the problem even more, because we do have police officers. I just don't think they're doing a good enough job. I know it's hard to not appreciate the work they're doing, but if you look at where these crimes are taking place, they're not taking place on main roads. They're taking place in our neighborhoods. And I don't know when the last time we saw a police officer patrol our neighborhoods. And people I was speaking to when I've been knocking on doors all have the same complaints. They never see a police officer come through their neighborhoods. However, on the main road, if you're speeding just a little bit too much, they catch you. So the cops we have are good. I just don't think they're in the right places.
Okay, yeah, you want to say?
I agree with that. You don't see them at all in neighborhoods that's, you know, we need them to patrol. Let's say for areas like on Queen Street, we need more presence of police right around there. Queen and Kennedy, downtown Brampton, where the homeless population tend to habitate, you know. And I think one of the things we can do with crime also is, like, for, let's say, for communities, put more, we need to install more red cameras. We need to install more cameras, more speed bumps, more police presence, and we need to be police need to be very, very aggressive when giving tickets to people who violate these communities. If you break in somebody's home, it shouldn't be like a pat on the back. You should be really think about your consequences when you go to the court. So very important that we see more cameras around so we can catch criminal activities, more speed bump, more police presence around.
Yeah, John and then Cleo. Yeah.
I disagree that we need more police. We need more, the police need more assistance. We need a high percentage of the police calls shouldn't be answered by police. They need to have assistance, so they answer, you know, a lot of them are mental health issues. They should be answered by the social workers and other people, and the police should be doing police work. And the problem is whenever there's an issue, and whether it's around mental health or similar to that, you see 5, 6, 7, 8 police cruisers there. That's 5, 6, 7, 8 policemen there. And they should be doing police work and not that particular job. And the other thing is the police need the support of the provincial and the federal government. So when they do bring someone to the courts, that they're given their time rather than given a slap in the wrist and out, and a couple of days later they're doing the same thing again. The police need our support. They need our support, and they need to have some backup, some support to help them with their job.
All right, yeah, you want to add something, Cleo?
Yes, I just wanted to add to what everyone has been saying, and just to concur with the need for more speed bumps to deal with the traffic issues, and also to you know, the red light cameras. And as far as the need for police, even if the police are there and people don't want to go to the police, then it's almost like, what's the point of them being there? It's important that the police improve their relationships with the community, so that even if someone is a witness to crimes, then they will be coming and speaking to them. Because you know, they will witness it and then they'll just keep it to themselves because they're not comfortable enough to come forward to the police. Also, like I was saying before, we need to address the root causes of crime. Why are people getting involved in criminal activities in the first place? And it would be sometimes because, you know, they need things and they think that they can't get it that way, and so they need to, you know, sometimes these petty crimes are caused because of those types of things. So I think addressing the needs of the people at the core level or at the ground level will be important, and that's why the whole poverty alleviation issue is mixed in with crime prevention.
Yeah, Tejeshwar.
Absolutely. You know, I think largely these problems stem from mismanagement on many levels, because obviously, you know, things like drugs are not produced in Canada, and you know, guns are obviously smuggled over the border. So we have to wonder, you know, where's the federal government and the border security falling short, you know, which allows these issues to perpetuate in our city. And beyond that, I think we have to intervene into the cycle at an earlier step. For example, I was talking to a constituent yesterday, and she was mentioning how you know, her homeschool that her son was initially going to is so crime-ridden that the kid asked his mother to, you know, move him, because he said, you know, I'm going to go down the wrong path. So, you know, these are the issues that go on in high school, and I think they largely go ignored. And then, you know, we see the effects of it, and we wonder what the problem is. So I think we really have to rethink the cause and intervening at a better, more efficient stage.
Thank you so much, guys. I wish we had more time, but we're already short of time. So we're going to quickly move to our next topic. Federal government spends the #1 ticket on their budget is healthcare. Provincial government does that, and healthcare is more of a provincial matter as much as it's being funded by the federal government as well. But here we are, the city of Brampton. It has one hospital which is there with the 24/7 emergency department. Do we need another hospital, or do we need 2 more, or 1 is good enough, or should we even shut down that hospital? So. Who wants to go first? Yeah.
You know, I'd hate to be known as a hospital, the city with a lot of hospitals. So I think 2 hospitals is more than sufficient. You know, if we can, you know, build out the capacity that we need, and you know, that should suit our needs for the coming future.
Okay, and two-part question is that how many hospitals do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, or it could be 5. And the second part of the question is, what do you propose to do that? Yeah, John.
Back in 2003, when I first decided to run for politics, my platform was that we should be building our first hospital, planning our second hospital, and we should be also on the heels of that planning our third hospital. We got a hospital and a half. We got part of a hospital, no beds. The provincial government stepped up with the funding for the second hospital, i.e. the expansion of Peel Memorial Hospital, for 200 and some odd beds. We need the 600 beds, which we were originally promised, and we should be planning our third hospital, say, in the next 5-10 years.
Yes,
Okay, yeah,
I agree. I agree with John.
please
Yeah,
start.
I do agree. We need to have, so right now we have 1.5 hospitals. What we need to do is make sure we have another full functioning hospital. And I can give you example of this. I took my son to Brampton Civics just 2 weeks ago, and I was in the emergency, and he's 4 years old. I was in the emergency from 7 p.m. I didn't get out until 3 a.m. And when I did get out at 3 a.m., I had a ticket on my car. So I was ticketed for being there. So what I see was a lack of nurses and doctors and staff. So we do need another hospital. So as a council, any one of us who win today, and we're city councils or regional council, we should go in there and fight and advocate for the provincial government and the federal government to give us another hospital, because the population in Brampton doubles in the last 20 years. So then how can 1.5 hospital maintain that capacity? So that's why you find people are going to Orangeville, Credit Valley. People are going to sick kids with their children. They're going out of town. It shouldn't be like that. You live here, you pay taxes here. You should be able to use the services that are here in Brampton.
Yeah, anyone else? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, just wanted to add to that and to agree with what my other persons have said. Simply, one and a half hospitals will not be enough. I'm thinking that we could have maybe the 2.5, one additional one. If we've doubled in size in terms of our population, then we need at least one more hospital to address that. And then in terms of where the funding can be found, as it pertains to non-profits and so on, I have access to some sources. In addition to the government funding that we can get, I do have access to sources that can assist us in terms of providing the resources that we'll need to get that hospital funded. So if I'm elected, then I'll be able to assist that in that way by going to some of those sources that I have access to.
Further correction, now it is we have only one hospital it's functioning. The Pure Memorial Hospital was completely shut down for the renovations and making additional construction for the future. And the city and provincial, the fund is only for 50% if compared with Toronto for each person. The Brampton is growing city, so we need at least 3 hospitals. Actually, the William Hospital is a second hospital. But I don't know why they are making is the first one is the William Hospital, and the Pure Memorial it's coming second hospital and budgeted for 1.1 billion or something. But when it will be going to be ready, there is no any idea. In the meantime, they have to do something to make a small hospital to start up immediately and to get people the times. And you see, before it is a hallway medicine, now there is a parking lot medicine. Taking it. This system will be completely bring it back for the people.
Yeah, I can squeeze in a quick 30 seconds, anyone? Yeah, go ahead.
We know that we're not going to get a hospital right away. How about we hire more nurses? And if we have to advocate for that through the provincial government and the federal government, we need to do so. And if that means that we have to go internationally, some of the best doctors and nurses are trained in India, across the Caribbean, Africa, get them in and let them work. If you say you're short nurses, but we have to do something, and we know having a hospital right away, we're not going to get it right away. So let's work with what we have, hire more nurses and more doctors and more staff.
Yeah,
thank you, Mr. Joshua. Yeah, I just want to say, I don't think we can put a number on how many hospitals we need, because as Canadians, we're known for 2 things around the world: maple syrup and healthcare. And one is just not enough. And the people we have right now in place are obviously not working hard for us, because maybe they don't go to these hospitals, maybe they live somewhere else, and it's not a problem for them. So maybe if they felt it, they would probably push harder.
Next topic. The next topic is university in Brampton. We can all debate whether there is 1 hospital, 1.5 or 2, how many we need, but there is absolutely none. No university in Brampton. So that's again a question for all the candidates who want. Okay, yeah, you want to jump in first. Go ahead.
There is no university in Brampton. It is wrong. We have a university for the last 35 years, but don't know anybody. I think it is something name, but I will let you know about. But the university, which it is a rehearsal, it is now, they are focusing for the Brampton, but it is just a step by the Linda Jaffrey. But we don't want that type of university. We want the university which is accommodate students, the first year students, at least in the campus area, including medical school and all facilities. We need a very big campus. That's what the Brampton required. But I don't know there is any plan. So far it is initiated by the city or province. I am not sure, but always only we will get lollipop so far. Thank you.
One of the top 10 cities in Canada, and we do not have a university. And any of the candidates has any idea, because I guess if you are running for council, of course you would be very involved at the political process. Any idea, is there any plan that city has or any suggestions that you want to give for university in Brampton?
Well, we all know we need the university, and the money's been spent, and we still don't have a university. So I think we need to, get down to the bottom of, what the issue is, and moving forward, we need the space, obviously. So we have to plan for it and create the communication between, the academia that wants to participate in Brampton.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be a strong candidate or advocate for a university in Brampton. I heard that there's a plan to put a medical school here. I think we need more than just a medical school, though. I think we need a full-fledged university with different faculties, and having medical school here is great, but I think that we need a university that has like a full-fledged one with other programs being offered as well. And I know that there are some branches of different colleges and universities that are here, but it's time for us to, a large city like this should not be without a university. That's all I'm saying.
I certainly support bringing a university to Brampton, but before we do that, I would like to know all these studies, what they're investigating right now, and we spent $600,000-800,000, whatever it was, where that's going. I'd like to know. I'd like to get to the end of that investigation to find out what we studied and what they come up with, if anything, toward a university. I know downtown Brampton there's the Algoma University down there. It's only a small university, but it has increased its enrollmentship this year considerably. I think they're up around 1,000 or whatever students now. Algoma, when they first come to Brampton, only had Little Industrial Unit, and now they've increased up to 1,000. They take up a lot of a big building in the downtown Brampton. And the other thing that we got, it's not a university, but Sheridan College is really something that we need to be proud of. Sheridan College started off in a little wee building in Brampton a number of years ago, and look where they are today. It's one of the largest college systems in the country. So as far as university, I certainly support bringing a university here, but it's got to be the right university for the right reason.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to say no to a hospital or university. Healthcare and education are obviously very important, but I don't know if it's just become a big political talking point, because having a university here doesn't necessarily help the people of Brampton, because there's no assurances that they'll actually get into that university. Does it help the economy? Sure. But when people talk about we need it for the people of Brampton, it's not going to help everybody. That's just my opinion.
All right. Yeah. Anyone else on the university? Yeah, go ahead.
The university, we have the Brampton municipality is the highest wealthy municipality, Brampton. We have lawns of around 2,000 acres by Brampton city. So the space or site, it is not a problem. The thing it is not coordinating the city council and the provincial and federal. If they join hand, it is not a very big matter to bring the university here. So we wanted to be what? We wanted to be advocate. We wanted to get people supported to do that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Wish we had more time on this one. Our next topic is property taxes. So let's hear from our candidates what are they proposing. Do they want to increase the property taxes, freeze the property taxes, or decrease the property taxes? There are two points. One is, one argument is always there that yes, we should be paying less property taxes, but then are we going to get the services that is required? Yes, who wants to go first? Yes, your point.
When I got my my property taxes in the mail, and I called the city, I said, why does my taxes go up? Did you put a new infrastructure in my community? What did you do in my community? Why did my taxes go up? And I was just told that it went up at a certain per annum, without nothing. But I said, you should have an explanation as to why it go up. So I'm for lowering property taxes. I do believe, as I said earlier, there are seniors who are still paying mortgages and they have to pinch from their pension to put that extra money in. So what I would do is have it frozen. Frozen is also the same meaning as lower property taxes, because it's going to be frozen, but we need a number of years on it where it stays frozen for that. And in that way we can help. One of the things that I see this when they do that, city, because they know that we have to pay our property taxes. So if you don't pay your property taxes, what will happen? A lien will be on your home. So I propose that you get this money, allocate this money from get this revenue from another source. Put more red light cameras, catch speeders, get this money, put it back, appropriate back into the system so you don't have to pay tax homeowners so much, because homeowners already have car payments, insurance, children paying hockey, just different payments that we have. So we want to see it lower by just freezing it, keep it right there, just to help Brampton taxpayers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I had a say in it, I would, get rid of property taxes. Nobody wants to pay it, but the reality is we do need it to run the city. But I can't comment on whether we should raise it or lower it until I see all the numbers. And that's going to be my first goal once I get elected, to actually see the numbers, see if we're using it properly. And I feel like if we are using it properly, we won't have to raise it.
According to the city reports, last 4 years, they did not increase the property taxes. But in the other way, the storm water charges, and there is a last quarter, they increased 3% due to the hospital construction. The Peel Memorial renovation, the city part will be paid for around 100,000 or something more. That's why they did that. But increasing, we can freeze the tax, but there is a lowering I think it's not possibility in the city side. But we'll try and advocate for not to raise the property tax. That's the thing.
Okay, yeah, clear.
Okay, so even though people would like to see property taxes lowered, I honestly don't think it would be something that would be feasible, even though ideally that's what people would want. So I think it makes sense that we would just freeze the property taxes, not increase them, we have to provide services, and we have to ensure that there's money available to provide these services. Property taxes is one means by which we get the money to provide the services, and then there are other means that we could look at to get services provided. And so I think that for now, freezing property taxes is what's more likely to happen than lowering them.
Yeah.
I don't believe in freezing. I don't believe in zero tax increase. Everything goes up in this world, and it doesn't matter what it is, but it all goes up a little bit. The inflation rate is quite high right now, but at the very least, we should be taking a look at some form of an increase in the taxes. When Mayor Brown first come in, he on his platform was that he was going to freeze property taxes. Where's that got us today? A whole bunch of infrastructure didn't get done. A whole bunch of infrastructure in the downtown didn't get done 4 years ago, and now it's costing us 3 and 4 times more to get it done, because we should have done it back then, and we didn't, because we don't have the money.
I'd like to add that maybe part of the reason that some of these things didn't get done was not necessarily due to the lack of property taxes being frozen, but actually because people were just not doing the job that they were elected to do, because there was just so much infighting happening in the council. So, if for instance they had just addressed those issues, then other things would have gotten done that we will have to now be doing when we get elected to city council.
All right. Yeah. 10 seconds.
From what I've heard from city residents, they're frustrated because they realize that more housing is being finished and their tax continues to go up, and there's no justification for it. So we have to wonder where the wastage is and the inefficiencies. And I think if you address that on the budget, that would alleviate the situation, and we probably could maintain the same level of property taxes for the near future.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and we quickly have to move to our next topic, and the next topic is integration. We've heard that yes, Brampton is a very diverse city. People are from all ethnic backgrounds, different countries of origin, they speak different languages. But how do we make sure that yes, we all keep them united, integrated? And what we witnessed is that yes, in the name of multiculturalism, that yes, there's a lot of money being spent, but are we holding anybody accountable? All these organizations, what are they really doing to bring different people together? Are they doing enough right now, or you as a councillor would do something? So let's, who wants to go first on this one?
Yeah, I can go.
Go ahead.
The integrity, it is really it is a very big joke in the Brampton City Hall.
Integrity or what?
Integrity.
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 Well, no, we're talking about integration here.
Integration, I am not sure, but the integrity commissioner, I am telling that it is appointed but they have some certain power. They cannot remove anybody from the position. Like last time, we have experience with one of our regional councillor, but integrity commissioner wants to do something, but she cannot able to do. Then after that, the council is thrown out her, and lot of things is gone. But now, the last situation in the last month, the integrity commissioner was postponed some investigation after the election. But it is all joke, it's going in one side. So we wanted to be beer accountability and the integrity, it's in the public interest, and public want to know about their right place.
Integration is definitely important, be it newcomers integrating into Canada or the youth integrating into an advanced world, or be it seniors integrating to technology or the next phases of their life. Ultimately I think distributing funds to multiple organizations fragments the message, and so I think what lacks is what the city is able to do. So I think if the city took more initiative to provide that programming and keep everybody on the same page, we'd be in a better position.
All right, yeah, anyway, go ahead.
Well, I'd like to add that, Brampton and, it's a very good example of how integration can work. The fact that there are so many cultures, even represented on this stage, is very good and very positive. There's more that can be done, of course. Of course, it's with new immigrants. More ways that, for instance, the studies that they did in their previous countries could be more easily recognized here. For instance, let's say you train as a nurse, you train as a lawyer. It shouldn't be so difficult for you to be able to, or a doctor. It shouldn't be so difficult for you to be able to use the qualifications that you had in your previous country and then apply it to the Kenyan experience. Even if there's a process to match the two of them, then it should not be such a difficult process, especially for areas that are in need or in demand. And then also, I think in terms of integration of languages, it's good that we have these training programs for to learn English or to learn French and so on in different areas. But I think more of that can be done. For instance, when I just came to Canada, I did a program that was geared towards people who are training in human resources, and that was very good for me because then I was able to get a Canadian-based qualification as a result of that. So I think we're doing well, but there is more that can still be done.
Thank you.
Yeah, as far as integration and diversity, I love the fact that Brampton is so diverse, and I just wish we had a bit more diversity in those that had power in council.
Okay.
I also agree. When I grew up in Brampton, just about everybody in my class looked like me, and yet when my kids go through school, you go to the schools to be with them, and you see all the different cultures, and the kids really learn to live together and play together, and it's great. I love our diverse community, and I think it's great. And likewise, I think we need a bit more diversity when it comes to, but they also got to be qualified for the job as well.
All right. Yeah, that's a good point. I think one of the major challenges that we could be facing, that we have brought people from all different diverse backgrounds over here, but how do we bring them all together and focusing on the common goals, as you were mentioning earlier, healthcare, education, infrastructure, rather than bringing out our differences. I think we should work on the common denominators, and we need leadership for that, not the populist statements that they're making or trying to please people on the basis of identity politics. I think that is something which is needed. A last topic would be, we have two things now. The topic is seniors and youth. So if you get elected there at the council, what would you be doing for our seniors and youth? That's the last topic. John.
I would like to talk a bit about the seniors to begin with, not because I'm one, but I've always respected and supported the seniors and the seniors groups. I was just out on the weekend with a bunch of the seniors groups, and they feel isolated because they don't get the support that they need to get. Even when it comes down to public transit, when I was on council the last time, I put a motion forward for $1 for a senior to get a ride. That meant a lot to those seniors, and now the seniors, I believe, ride for free, which is good. But there's still some other breaks that the seniors need. We can't forget that those seniors have paid taxes for 70, 80, 90 years, whatever the case may be, that they've been here. Now they need a break, and we need to look after the seniors. As far as the youth goes, we need to make sure that there's lots of recreation, arts, and etc. to keep the kids rather than in the malls. It'd be better if they're in the arenas or in the taking art classes or music classes or whatever the case. But we got to keep them out of the malls, keep them on the right track.
All right, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so for me, I'm going to start with youth first because I'm a social worker. So I think there should be more programs set up for youths. Like it's so important that youths they're kept very, very active. So we have to have a lot of programs. I am a mother, a single mother, and I know what it costs to send a child, what the cost is for one child to do hockey, to play hockey per season. It's very, very expensive. So I would like to see some programs, some grants, and just different programs, basketball, work with organizations that are able to help these children so that they can stay out of trouble. You would be surprised how you can help a child stay out of trouble by just having them in a program where they can learn to do something and just integrate into society and keep themselves busy. As per the seniors, we also need to do the same thing. We need to make sure, because they were originally taxpayers, and just because they're seniors now doesn't mean we just throw them aside. We still have to have programs developed for these seniors so we can set up like some, again, we need grants from the city to do that, where we set up some gardens where they go out and do special things. They help to do volunteers around the city, and then they should have a ride, somebody who, is able to take them on these things that they help out in the community. So everyone has to just keep busy until, their time comes. But that's how I think. So we need to still be focusing on these two groups, the older, the youths. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, so I just wanted to add to what everyone has been saying. So as far as let's start with the youth. I'm a mother of 3 children, okay? And I know it's very, very expensive to engage them in any programs. They have lots of interests, and sometimes, them being able to partake in those interests is just not possible based on the salaries that we earn. So I would suggest that we would have more grants and so on that would be put towards those types of programs. Also, when they show certain levels of excellence in some of these programs, I think that there should be a program that allows you to be able to, regardless of your socioeconomic background, you should be able to pursue some of these programs, because at the end it will help Canada overall if they're able to, achieve certain types of successes in areas like sports and other things, other extracurricular activities. As it pertains to the seniors, we need more clubs and activities for them as well. So whatever their interests are, for instance, if they like to have social groups, or if they want to be having bridge clubs or any bingo, whatever the situation is, then we should have facilities and also funds in place that they can actually pursue those types of interests.
All right, thank you so much. I wish we had, go ahead, 10 seconds, quickly.
Absolutely, I think the youth and seniors alike, they need the same programming. What they need is they benefit from more recreation, more education, and more opportunities to interact with the community. And we're only as strong as our weakest link, so it's important to promote healthy living, healthy mindset, and make sure that everybody in the community is well taken care of.
All right, 10 seconds.
Youths are future, seniors are roots. So we wanted to take care in any possibilities we use them.
All right. Thank you very much. That's the end of the question, answer, and the open discussion session as well. So at this point, I'll give each of the candidates 1 minute for their closing remarks. Azhar, we'll start with you.
Yes, just as I said in my introduction, I want everyone to proudly be able to tell everyone that they live in Brampton. So the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So when we keep voting for the incumbent and expecting a better Brampton, that's insanity. So my slogan is, don't be insane, vote Hussein.
Okay.
For me?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a chance to bring the better Brampton. You can call me up anytime. My telephone numbers are open, and all my flyers stated my telephone number, and you can contact me for future, for any concerns, any question, any need, anything. So give me a chance to serve better. Thank you.
Thank you, Mansoor. Carla?
What I do want is that residents to go out and vote on October 24th. I am the best candidate that will be on council. The reason for that is because I am a social worker. We listen and we take interactions and we think about them first. I'm not going to go to a council where I'm going to join because I'm your buddy, so yes, I'm going to sign off on this deal with you. I'm going to work with integrity, morals, and value, and you need to vote someone like that. Sometimes it's better to have somebody other than a politician in office, someone who can say, why? Why did we do this way? We want our residents to stay in Brampton. Right now, a lot of people are moving from Brampton. They go into London, Barrie, all over. We want people to stay in Brampton and love Brampton and be proud of Brampton. If you vote for me on October 24th, I will be more than happy to work for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Tejeshwar.
We all know what the challenges in the city are. My intention is to create the solutions and create the communication and make sure that everybody is held accountable. City Hall is completing their duties, and we're communicating with upper governments to make sure that our needs are being met. On October 24th, it's imperative that you make your vote count. Please go vote for Tejeshwar Soin.
Thank you. John.
Thank you, and thank you again for giving us this opportunity. And if you want experience, it's someone with a proven track record. I'm your guy. I am here to work for the people that elect me, not the people all around me, but the people that elect me. So on October 24th, like I said, proven track record, vote John Sanderson. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Cleopatra.
Speaking of a proven track record, I've been working with the provincial government now for over 12 years. And, I am the best candidate. I have the experience, I have the qualifications. Right now I work as a legal worker and also the program manager, where every single day that I go to work, I have to be involved with caring for people and getting services to people and making sure that things are delivered. And when I'm on council, if I'm elected on October 24th, then that's exactly what I continue to do. I'm trustworthy, I'm honest, I'm forthright, I will represent people, I'm an advocate for people. So every single day I do that, and I want to continue to do that for you if I'm elected as your next city council for wards 3 and 4.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. It was an absolute privilege meeting all you guys and listening to your ideas. On behalf of Y Media, I'd like to thank all of you for your time, and I wish all of you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And all these debates will be broadcasted on Channel Y, which is available on Rogers 857, Bell 828, TELUS 2418, Ignite 707. All these debates will also be broadcasted on Y+. And some of these debates will also be broadcasted on Radio Y, FM 91.9. Do pick your copy of Midweek newspaper. Thank you so much. Keep watching Channel Y.
Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Y Media Group, established in 2001, is a media company with a 360-degree approach in reaching our audience over 5 platforms: television, radio, newspaper, online news portal, and mobile app.
Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian Pulse.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan, and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan, and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का #1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9.
All English 24/7 television network and Y Media Plus.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com, the biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.